Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Love Talk Live. We are talking retirement like you mean it. Big idea. Like we we are not meant to work until we drop. Tonight we're going to build a real exit plan. We're going to talk about why retirement matters for us. Many of us are first generations. Like nobody taught us this, but we can learn it now. We can learn how to invest. Working forever is not the plan. It's not a plan, right? If your plan is, I'll just keep working, that's not rest, right? It's survival. It's survival. We should work, and an end goal should be that one day I do not want to work anymore, and I have enough set aside and put back and invested to be able to do just that. When you hear retirement, like what do you picture? I want you to think about that. What do you picture? Um, who in the audience I grew up seeing someone actually retired and relaxed? Okay, it totally annoys me if I'm at the fast food place, if I'm in, I don't know, the shopping aisle, right? And I see an elder, it comes to mind, no judgment pass. Some do it for fun, for pleasure, it's a joy. It's something I want to do. But I believe that those that really had planned and did, set aside right at the right time in the right way. Retirement doesn't look like having to go back to work at all. Retirement actually does look like retired and relaxing. Let's talk. Let's talk about some basic tools, right? Stephanie, what is retirement? What do I need to be thinking about? Working a 9 to 5, and you may have some options, right? Some basic tools to consider are the 401k plan, an IRA, and a Roth in plain language, right? This is a retirement account that works, right? Money comes out of your paycheck before you even see it, and oftentimes employers will match. That's free money for your future. Minimum, sometimes it's maybe right around 5-6%, sometimes higher, okay? But if they match, try not to leave that on the table. Okay, I'm fortunate, I'm blessed. My experience has been that my employers matched what I contributed. So look for that fine print. That's a 401k. Next thing I want you to think about is an IRA. This is a retirement account that you can open yourself, right? Not through a job. But it's good if your job doesn't offer a plan and you want to add more. We'll get into and have some more discussions around. But IRA is right, a retirement account you open for yourself, and it's often not through your job. Okay? It's good if your job doesn't offer a plan and you want to add more money. Next is Roth. A Roth can be a 401k or an IRA. And basically how a Roth works is that you pay tax on the money now, right? So later the growth can come out tax-free. So pay tax on money now, later it's there, it's growing, and you can withdraw off the tax-free. It's great when you think your future self might be in a higher tax bracket. Okay, I'm making this, but I'm going to upskill and gain knowledge and promote or, do all the things that's going to have me in a higher income. And a Roth will absolutely be something or as an option that you want to pursue. You don't need to know every rule. That's what I want to drill home in this conversation around retirement and what does it mean for you. Like, you don't need to know every rule, but just knowing the names puts you ahead of a lot of people, knowing what my options are. So I'll recap there and say basic tools: 401k, an IRA, Roth, right? Or, hey, I'm aware of what my retirement account types and what they can do for me. Next, man, like freedom number. What does that number look like? How much money do I need, Stephanie? Like, retire and not have to work anymore. How much money will I need? Keep it simple. Your freedom number is, what does it cost me to live 1 month out of my life? That's different That's different for everyone, right? The biggest thing is, let's think about like the budget, what does it cost me? If am I a minimalist? Do I live minimal? Do I have, a huge home? Do I have a small home? Do I plan to live with somebody? Am I a person that rents a room? I don't know. Whatever that looks like for you. Is that something you want to do forever? But in a simple way, I want you to think about how much would you need saved or invested to cover without working. Okay? That's your freedom number. How much you need saved or invested to cover with that amount without working. All right? And for example, if your life costs you about $3,000 a month, that's $36,000 a year. If you had investments that could pay you that every year, you'd have options, right? Consider. It may be higher. Like I may be 3,000 now, but I plan to be 5,000, 10,000 later. Do that math. That's my point of like bringing out that calculator during this conversation. It should be questions, it should be calculators, and thinking about what retirement looks like for you. Add up your monthly life costs, okay? And hey, if I don't know, I have no idea, I want to know. I want you to move from that space via this conversation this evening. Even if your numbers feel big, know that they give you power, okay? I'll repeat that. I like to do repeats on a big message. I'll say that again. If your numbers feel big, knowing them gives you power. You can hit a target you never set. Sorry, you can't hit a target you never set. Speaking a little fast there. So make it plain, right? And then things get real. When I put pen to paper, it makes me think. And first there was the word. So we have to first time manifest and put, if I've never acknowledged, if I've never addressed, because these conversations weren't had in my household. Nobody talked about retirement. I just watched, my loved ones work a lot. I'm not just saying I did. I'm saying that may be your story. This is for, first time freedom fighters, first time people want to build and grow. It may be, I don't know, and I'm learning this for the first time, and that's okay. Numbers may feel big, may feel a little intimidating, but know that there's power there. You can hit your targets. You just set those goals and make it plain. The next talking point is going to be, hey, a small move, right? Small moves in starting now. Starting now is the momentum. So start small, start steady. I don't care if it's $25, $50 a paycheck. Put that into a 401k or an IRA. It's a start, right? The point is motion, not perfection. Planning for your retirement and what it means to you, for you, is I started. I took a little bit at a time. And it may be less than $25, $50, right? To start. Maybe I'm at a $5 space, Stephanie. I don't have a whole lot of money. Start somewhere. But again, that point is motion, not perfection. And then you may, remember, if your employer matches, right? If they have an amount that they match, absolutely take advantage of it. We want to, pursue plans if our employers match any contribution we make. Because that's a good way to beef up that retirement account. And then once you're in the habit of, hey, I'm steadily investing, I'm steadily putting something into a retirement account, work on a small emergency fund. Again, based on those numbers, what does it cost me to live? How can I do this comfortably? And still be able to pay my bills and not be hard up. Again, you want to start. I can't stress that enough, and that the power of the kind that jingles and the kind that folds, they do add up. And then over time, gain your momentum, build your confidence, check that account. Maybe you're looking in that shoebox for the the small emergency fund, or however you're putting that back. You're gauging your savings account, because we want to go high yield. More in another conversation. I want to stay on track, but you slowly see that entire retirement contribution increasing. When you get raises, go up a little bit, right? Maybe you start and you have some side hustle money. You're doing some odd and end things. You're knitting, you're crocheting, you're hosting events, you're ghostwriting. I don't know what that looks like, and it may not be. It may be you were gifted, you got some extra money. Slowly increase those contributions. Remember, our retirement goal is a tide of freedom, right? Think of it as every automatic, I'm going to do this, every non-negotiable deposit, right, for your future. It's one less year you'll have to work. It's a great way to think of how am I retiring, and what does it mean? What does it mean to do it in a way that I wasn't with intention? Overall, man, I want us to think about, like, retirement is not just for those that are well off. Retirement is not just for rich folks. It's for people who are like just tired of the grind, the day to day, the paycheck living, small amounts or a lot of commas in your salary. There is a way to start and save for later. Remember, the tools are the 401k, an IRA, a Roth, okay? And we're going to explore more through Love Talk Live. The art of the sessions and the conversations here is that we can learn step by step, in a small amount of time as well, that retirement and our freedom number gives us like a real target to meet this week. In a takeaway, like, I want you to do one thing. I want you to find out if your job or your employer has a 401k, and if they match. Okay, your job has 401k, they match, and then begin to think about, what amount am I going to contribute if I haven't? And if you are contributing, can I up the amount that I am? Can I change that amount? Do I want to add? Also, if you don't, like, I have no idea. I haven't started saving for retirement. I'm of a certain age. That's okay as well. Okay. Then this week, I want you to write down your monthly life costs. What's your rent? Like, what's your mortgage? What's your food? What's your bills? Because that's the first step. If this conversation has helped, if it's helped you, share the replay. Like, bring someone with you the next time to your Love Live listen. Absolutely. We're building a community we're building conversations around financial literacy, tax literacy, because we're going to be serious about, like, our rest, our wealth, and what our options are, because there are plenty, and we all like options. Okay. Follow up with us. Continue to listen. That's all I have this evening for, like, retirement. What does it, look like? What retirement looks like when you mean it. It means exploring. It means being transparent. It means making some things plain, and knowing that you have options. Until next time, keep your Love Talk Live. I appreciate you tuning in.